Good morning. Listen, how about let's make him, how would you like a lemon icebox pie with homemade crust? Does that sound like a winner to you? Let's take our little mirror, our little thing here. I've always worked with a light. Anyway, this is a narrow, see, it's not very tall pie crust. So I'm going to show you how to make the pie crust, and I'm going to show you how to make a lemon icebox pie. And it'll be so good. And we might as well make it. We might as well stay inside and bake, because I'm telling you what, it's still hot out here in Alabama. It's hot, y'all. It is hot. I mean, I walk to the mailbox and I'm panting by the time I get back. I was like, I ran a few of these little things off a while back to give out when I'm speaking at places and stuff like that for them to have. And so I want to just kind of tell you about this pie crust recipe. Will you stay with me? You need to know it. My girlfriends and I went to see Mark Lowry. Glory, it must have been 2 years ago now. But he had a friend there that said, I want to show you how to make this pie crust. And she was just the sweetest thing. She took me to her house and showed me how to do it. And this was the name of it right here. And she called it Pie Paw Pie Crust, because the man that gave it to her lived a few doors down, and they called him Paul, P-A-W, so she called him Pie Paw. So anyway, it's real easy. And what you do, you don't roll it out with a rolling pin. You're going to make it in your pie plate. You do not roll it out. It is so simple, and we're going to make it this morning. I made it for you maybe a year ago, but I'm going to make it again this morning because I am going to make that lemon icebox pie. So here we go. I'm going to pull it back, and I'm going to kind of read this to you as we go so you can write it down if you'd like to. Get you down there where you can see that, the pie plate. Good. I hope everybody's good today. I hope you are. I know you're concerned with lots of things. Lots of things in your own household, and lots of things in the United States of America, and lots of things in the whole world that's happening. I know you're concerned, and I think we all are. But we can't quit living, and we got to put it in God's hands. Just do the best we can and put it in God's hands. He's got a plan. All right, here we go. We're going to put 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I am using White Lily, and you cannot use self-rising flour. Let me see if I got a thing of it right here. Let me look right here and see. I don't. It's in another room, but I won't get it out. But anyway, y'all know what I use. All right, it's got to say on the package, all-purpose flour. And that means that there's no salt in it, there's no anything in it. So you have to add some stuff, but this is what you want, because you don't want your pie crust to puff up, okay? So just put this in here. There's 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we're going to add to that 2 tablespoons of sugar. So here's 2 tablespoons of sugar. Sprinkle it around in there. Then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of regular table salt. You know, I told you we had to add it because there's not any in it. And now we're going to add our oil. And there's 1/2 cup of vegetable oil in here. And no, you can't use olive oil. Olive oil is not for baking. It's for stir frying and putting on salads. So put a little oil in there. Well, let me mix this up first. See, you do it right in your actual pie pan. I can't say pie pan. That's a tongue twister. Like rubber baby buggy bumpers. Did y'all see that show one time with Andy Griffith where poor old Barney, he got in more trouble? All right, and he was trying to say some stuff that Opie was saying. All right, and just pour this 1/2 cup of oil in it. And you do not grease your pie plate. You don't grease it. We're gonna mix that in. Well, I had a good night's sleep last night, and I'm sleepy this morning, and I can't imagine why. I went to bed at 8 o'clock, went to sleep about 8:10, got up at 4 o'clock, so that is 8 hours of sleep. And this morning I had a visitor here looking for a door, and then we've washed some, made beds, blown off the sidewalk again. I've watered some plants. I've got some plants right here rooting in a glass. These right here, I'm rooting all these. That's a split leaf philodendron right there, and you can see down there in it. You can see all those roots just forming. So I'm excited about that. Well, I love to root things because that's free plants, isn't it? Okay, we're about there. I could have done this with my hands. I guess it would have been better. Sometimes this pie, if you've got a really skinny pie plate, you can get 2 pie crusts out of this, y'all. But if you've got a bigger, taller pie plate, you cannot. It only does 1. I'll pour the rest of it in there. Okay. All right. Now then, what we're going to do is we are going to, I've got a little bowl of extra all-purpose flour here in case we need to do our hands or something like that, okay? It calls for 3 1/2 tablespoons of milk, but I never have used all of it. Here it is. So I'm just going to put in a little bit, maybe half of that. I never have. I don't know. I never have had to use it all. Okay. Now then, what we're going to do is we are going to flour our hands and try to get it. Let me get that milk mixed in there. See, I didn't use all that milk. I never do. I never have. Every time I've ever made it, I've never used all of it. Okay. I've got my oven set on 375 degrees. Got my extra flour right here. I'm fixing to flour my fingers. And sprinkle a little bit on top so I can push it out into my pie plate. Ooh, this is fun. Your children love this. Let them make the pie crust. That's what you can do. Let them do it. I'm gonna for sure need this little. Okay, I'm gonna go up to I'm gonna do the bottom even, and then I'm gonna go up the side, and if I've got any extra, I'm cutting it off. Because I don't want it real thick. I like it thin, don't y'all? I'll make me a bread stick or whatever after whatever's left over. If you don't know how to make a pie crust and you're still buying the frozen ones, I don't know how much they cost right now. I hadn't been pricing them. But if you're still doing that, you may want to try this because it will really save you some money, that's for sure. And you're going to have extra too. Now, around this edge and like right there, press it good because, you know, a lot of times it'll get thicker right there and you don't want that. All right, I'm fixing to cut some off. Let me get a little knife here. And I'm going to push it up and I'm going to cut the excess off. And I may have some more excess. Okay? I feel kind of melancholy today. Do y'all ever feel like that? Melancholy. Oh, goodness. And that's a little thick right there. I can feel it. Now, if you've got you a good pie crust recipe, you don't have to do this. But if you don't, this is an easy one. You can do whatever kind you want. All right, y'all. It's just about there. That's a little thick right in there. I can feel it. Kind of spongy. Let's cut that off. We're going to cook this now for, I think it said 15 to 20 minutes. Let me see how long it said. 20 to 25 minutes. But here's what I want you to do. I don't even want you to pay any attention to that. I want you to cook it till it looks brown and crispy. If you're making a lemon icebox pie. Now, let's say you were making a pecan pie. And that's the kind where you pour your filling in. Well, you cook it differently. If this is for an unfilled pie, which I'm making, I don't want mine filled. But if you're making it directions for a pie that you're going to put the filling in it, then you need to go by just the pie recipe, whatever that happens to be. Will that be a good thing? Hey, this is helping your nerves right here. All this patting around. Well, the school kids are going to start back to school, y'all. Some of these mamas that's got kindergarten children that's just starting their first year, oh, Lord, they're sad. They thinking, oh, my baby's gone to kindergarten. Listen, y'all, that's how God intended it. He didn't say we were keeping our babies forever. You only have them for a short time, and aren't they precious? Aren't they precious? It is a gift from God, let me tell you. I don't know what in the world I'd do without my babies that I had. It is a gift from God. A little sweet, darling baby. That little good, their head smells good, doesn't it? I've always liked to smell a baby's head. All right, y'all, I think that looks great. There it is. Now let's put it in our 375 degree oven. We're going to check it at 20 to 25 minutes and see. Here's the dough I had left over. See, that's a lot. You could do all kind of things with this. You could play with it. If my granddaughters were here, they'd be coming by peaching it. They eat raw dough. I don't know how they do it, but they do. That's what they like. They like raw dough. I may just cook this and see if I can make me a cracker out of it. Put some salt on it. I might just try that. Might turn out good, hadn't it? Crackers are expensive, aren't they? I think I will try it. I'll get me out a cookie sheet and we'll try to make a cracker. That's what we'll do. Okay, y'all, I cooked it 26 minutes and it's ready, I think. I'm gonna let y'all help me judge. That's it. So it looks ready to me. So I'm gonna sit it down right here and let it be cooling because we can't put our filling in with it. Ooh, hot, hot. I touched it. Y'all give me a minute. Let me get it on this thing. Oh, there we go. We can't put our filling in it when it's hot like that. We gotta let it cool. So I'm gonna let it cool. But we can go ahead and make our filling for a lemon icebox pie. What you're going to need is, I'm looking for my measuring cup that I just washed. Let me get my drying rag. I think it's right here. I think it's this one. You can't have any water in it, so those little drips of water where I just washed that cup, no, that's a no. That's a big no. Not even a drop. Especially if you're making meringue. It can't have any water, and it can't have not a dab of grease. So you're going to have to clean everything, your mixing bowl and everything, when we get to that point. We're not there yet, but. All right, so you want to get 1 can of condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk. Any kind. And it only comes in one size. I've never seen it bigger. I can't see the ounces, but this is it. You know what sweetened condensed milk is. Get your bowl and put it in it. It's so thick. I told y'all when Hannah was a little girl, she loved this stuff. So one day when I was at the store, I bought a whole can. I said, here, darling, this yours, the whole can. She was so excited. I think she ate the whole can. She got her a spoon and ate it. Oh, goodness. She was a mess. Oh, you want to get it all out, all you can. Don't leave any in there. If you keep going around and around, you'll be surprised how much extra you'll get. And then you can lick the spoon, because I'm telling you, it's good stuff. All right, there's 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Oh, that was good. Whoop. Now you've got to have 3 eggs, but you only want the yolks. So let me get out another bowl. Then we're going to separate them. Now, the whites that we're going to put in here, that's for our meringue. And so you can't have any yolk in your whites. So be careful. I'm going to put the yolks in here and the whites in here. So be careful. Okay, I'll put the yolk in there. These are large eggs. Just be careful. Hold it up like that so your yolk will stay in there. And I think this is a medium. Let me go back and get a large. It looks kind of small. I put all my eggs in a bowl in here. Yeah, it's a medium. And when I did, they got mixed up. I don't have enough room in my refrigerator, so I was trying to put my eggs in a bowl to try to save some room. Okay, we've done it. All right. Now then, we're going to put our egg yolks in with our sweetened condensed milk. So let me get out another spoon since I licked that one. If I was going to eat it all myself, I wouldn't change things, but I'm not. I'm going to share it. All right, so you take these 3 yolks right here and beat them up a little bit and put them in your sweetened condensed milk. Put every little bit of it in there. Stir it around. Now, y'all, this isn't a cooked pie, and I know some of you right now are panicked because you say, oh, I can't eat a raw egg. Well, we're fixed to put lemon juice in here, and fresh lemon juice, and that lemon juice is going to cook those egg yolks. And no, it is not dangerous. Now, let me say this. If it had been dangerous, I would have been dead 40 years ago. Well, not 40. Let me see how long. Well, I'm 77 right now, so I'd have been dead about 70 years ago. I imagine Mama started feeding me this about then. lemon icebox pie. I've been eating all my life, over 70 years, I can tell you that. At least 70, 75 years. So cut your lemon in two, like that. We're gonna need a half cup of juice. I'm gonna get some of the seeds out of it before I start doing. And then just, oh, there's a seed. Just do like this. If some of that pulp gets down in there, that's fine. It makes it good. I bought 4 lemons, but they were so big, I feeling like that we don't even need all 4 of them. Because they're really juicy. I rolled them on the counter. And they're all saying, Brenda, you got that old-timey juicer? Well, y'all, I like this. It's good for your arms and your demeanor. You don't have to have a gadget for everything. You do not need it. Use some of the old-timey stuff. Your children would love to do this for you. Okay, and I'm going to get a little teaspoon right here. I could put it in this to get the seeds out, but when you do that, you get the pulp too, and I want the pulp in it, so I'm not using it. But I just want to tell you that. There's a seed. There's a seed. Here's one, and here's one. Whoever finds the seed in the lemon icebox pie is the lucky one. I just made that up. It's not so. Okay, that's all of them. All right, let's pour it in our cup and see how many more lemons we're going to need. Ooh, that made a lot of juice, didn't it? Look. All right, right now we are at, turn it on this side where I can see. I think one more lemon's going to do it. If we hold our head right. That's what George used to say. He said, I think one more will do it if you hold your head right. All right, let's do this. Let's cut another one. Get out some of the seeds ahead of time so we don't have to pick so many to start with. You know, you people in California that are watching this, y'all are so blessed with fresh fruit and everything like this. I can't grow a lemon. Somebody gave me a lemon tree one time and it made 6 lemons, but it didn't last through the winter, and I tried to cover it up and do all this stuff to it. I just couldn't do it. I mean, it just didn't work. But I know this. Each state in the United States of America has some kind of product that the others don't have. I don't know what your state has. You might want to tell me. I can tell right now this is going to be a long video. I need to probably cut y'all off while I'm finishing this up. Let me do that. It'll be too long. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I got it. Lemon number 2 squeezed out, and I think we're going to have too much, but we'll see. If we do, I'll just mix a little bit of like 1 glass of lemonade or something, and it's too much. You got to be kind of specific on this one because you don't want too much, but you want enough. So make it 1/2 cup even, okay? I'll make me a little lemonade with the rest of it. Let me lay it down like that and see, because it's wiggling. I still got a little bit too much. You want 1/2 cup exactly. But I only used 2 lemons. Boy, that's good, isn't it? All right, that's 1/2 cup exactly right there. When I pour this in with those egg yolks, it's going to cook those egg yolks. And like I say, I've been eating this forever and a day. I love lemon icebox pies. I do. And I know there's different ways that y'all can make it, but this is how I like it. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit a while because my pie crust is still not cool yet. We can't pour it in there till it gets cool, okay? And besides, these egg yolks, egg whites are supposed to be room temperature before you make your meringue. So we're just gonna set it over to the side and let it get room temperature, which is kind of hot in here. All right, there's our filling. Nothing to it. And it's good too. It's got a real wangy taste. Good. Okay. I'll be back when we pour it in and we'll make the meringue and we'll be done. Okay, y'all, our crust is cooled. And so here's our filling. And you see how it's kind of already set up a little bit? Here's my suggestion. I couldn't do it on a video, but here's my suggestion. Cook your pie crust. Let it cool. And then do that so that it can set up in your pie crust instead of like I did it. Does that make sense? Well, yes, it does. So, if you'll make your pie crust and then let it cool and then put your filling in it and let it set up in there. I'm going to try not to stir it too much because I want it to be set up in the actual pie and not in this bowl. Isn't this a pretty bowl? This is pottery. It's beautiful. It was given to me. I am going to spread it out just a little bit. And then we've got plenty of room now for our meringue to go on top. And we're fixed to get over there in the window where my mixer is. And we're going to make the meringue to go on top of it. Okay? Let's get over there and do that. Y'all come over here with me. I'll set you up right here. It won't take me just a second. Y'all stay with me. I know y'all probably already know how to make meringue, but this will be a good thing. Okay? We're set up. Here are our 3 egg whites that are room temperature and they have no yellow in them. Put that in. A clean bowl that's not greasy. You can't have any grease in it or it won't work. Turn it on the highest speed that you have. Well, first you might want to plug it in. That might be a good idea. Let's take it and plug it in when you can't even see over in here in this dark corner. Now then. Now turn it on your highest speed. Which is that. Now I've got some cream of tartar. If you do not have this, it's okay because you don't have to use it. You don't have to use it. Most of the time I don't. But if you just take 1/4 of a teaspoon and get a little bit out, sometimes it helps the meringue hold its shape. Okay? 1/4 of a teaspoon isn't much, but I use cream of tartar and sometimes it calls for it in cookies and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do a little bitty 1/4 of a teaspoon in there. While that's doing, I'm going to go get us about a tablespoon or so of sugar. Let me do that. So you'll know exactly how much I'm going to put in it. I'm going to put 1/8 of a cup. All right. Which isn't too much. All right, it's beginning. You want to do this until it has a soft pink or maybe a little bit on the firm side, pink on top, okay? I've got 3 colors of these spoons. I've got a red one, the orange one, and a blue one. And I've messed up all 3 today because I keep licking them. I want to show you how it looks so far. so you'll kind of know. See, it doesn't take too long, but it's not peaked quite enough for me. Let me do it a little bit more, maybe another minute or so. So anyway, I'm cooking supper tonight for my family. Well, not well, the Walt and Hannah, their girls, because the girls are leaving to go to college, and so we're gonna miss them. They're gonna be in Mississippi. So all you Mississippi people, y'all take care of my babies while you've got them. Because you'll probably see them more than I do if you're shopping or out in the grocery store or wherever. All right, that looks good. When it forms a peak, and I'll show you that. Whoops. See how it looks in there? It's soft, but it's a peak. And then you put your sugar in it. I always put mine in after it forms the peak. And I've got 1/8 of a cup. You don't want much, just a little bit. You know, egg whites are solid protein. Did you know that? So egg whites are really good for you. It's that sugar I'm putting in it that we probably don't need to be eating. Okay, that looks mighty good. The only reason all those pies that you buy in shops have mile high meringue is because they use more egg whites than I used. But I will say this, we don't need more. This is a plenty. Come back over here and let's put it on our pie, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Sit right there for me. Let's get this and bring it over there. You just don't need more than 3 egg whites. You just don't need it. This is more than enough for everybody to have a good taste of it. I've got my oven set on 400. Now you can do it on broil if you want to. But let me tell you, when you put this in your oven, do not move. I have burned so many, I couldn't even tell you how many. It burns in a, as they say, a New York minute. I don't know why they say a New York minute. I guess because everybody's in a rush in New York. Down here in South Alabama, we kind of take it easy. Hardly anything's open on Sunday and Monday. All right, spread this around. Make sure that the meringue touches the edge of your pie crust so it won't pull out or separate. Make sure it comes on down there. Boy, this looks fine and dandy. Sugar candy. Y'all been asking about the cookbooks. They should be here any day. It's August, and I'm looking forward to it. So y'all just hang with me, and we're going to get those books and cook out of them. I might even tell you a time or two the day before so that you can get your ingredients and we can make it together. How about that? Okay. I'm going to stick this in the oven just to brown the top, just a tad. And then I'm going to show you how it looks. Okay, I left it in just a few minutes, maybe 3. Let me show you what you get. You gotta watch it though, y'all. I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. Let me turn it off. Because if you don't, these egg whites will burn in a heartbeat. I'm telling you, they really will. But here's your pie. Isn't it pretty? I can't wait to dig into it. I'm not going to cut it now because I don't want it to have a cutout before everybody gets here. It's pretty, though. So it's easy. Nothing to it, really. So make you one. Make you one. And whatever lemons you have left over, you can make some lemonade or something out of it. Love y'all. Have a great day. I hope y'all do it. Don't worry about a bunch of stuff. The Lord tells us don't worry about anything, but in everything we pray. In everything. We pray and give thanks. So sometimes you feel like, gosh, I wish people just listen to me, and they're not listening to me, or I wish things were better. But we can pray about it. That's what we can do. We can be the prayer warriors for our nation, for our world, and for our family. And let's do that. That's something that's we need to be doing. Love y'all so much. Maybe when they come tonight, I'll show you a piece of it. Bye-bye.